Okay, so in the Bible, it talks about being a slave to sin versus being a slave to God. So being a slave to sin is more so of you don't have to follow the laws of being righteous. You don't have to follow the testaments. You don't have to listen or be obedient to whatever God is, of what God expects of you, or what the law, or what you're required to do in regards to the law. Being a slave to sin, you get to disregard all of these things. Being a slave of the Lord is being righteous and being obedient to God's words and the laws of the Bible, and following God's commands and living in purpose for God. So it's easy to say, it's easy to be a slave to sin. It's easy to be free from the laws, or being free from being obedient. This is easy, right? But being obedient to God, it's not as easy, but it's rewarding because you get to become holy. You get to become, you're blessed. You get the favor of the Lord. Like, you get to, live in purpose. You're not living for yourself just to be free, and just, run around. And then eventually, as it says in the verse of the Bible, you become ashamed, or you become, you live in regret, shameful of the things that you have done, wondering where you went wrong. But when you walk with the Lord, you don't have to wonder about these things. Even when you choose to walk with the Lord, you don't have to wonder about these things, because eventually, the fact that God knows who you are, God knows your conscience, God reads you as an open book. So when you get the chance to walk with the Lord, that is a blessing overall, because you are not only free from slavery to sin, but you are free to make the right decision, to where you're not, living in regret. You get to start all over. You get to become refreshed in the Lord. You know, like I said, everybody, and that's what it's like I said, it's so easy because, what person wants to be obligated? What person wants to, follow certain rules, according to how to live? A lot of people don't want to do this, and that's why they don't become righteous. But would you rather be a slave of the Lord, or a slave to sin? Slave to the Lord, or slave to sin? Which one would you want to be? Um, so yeah, and that's what I was thinking about earlier too. It's like I was hoping for a little bit of guidance from God, because sometimes I fall crooked in my ways, to where I can go out and want to get something, but I'm led to something else, or I'm led elsewhere, and I'm led to sin or something like that. So I prayed about it. I'm just like, God, straighten my path from my crooked ways. So then, as I was walking out there, I'm just like, I felt as though I was free, to make my own decision. I felt free in thought. I felt, I didn't have to do this. I can choose to do this, but I didn't have to. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how are you helping me? How are you guiding me? How are you guiding me? Please tell me, because it's just like, you're freeing me from the decision. You're freeing me from choice. But overall, in that moment, I thought to myself, and I knew God is freeing me from sin. I have become free from sin. So it's just like, you can go ahead and go this way. It's your choice from now on. You have been free from sin. you know, because you're walking with the Lord. So it's just like, even in them instances when you feel as though God is not helping you, or God is not, you know, guiding you, God is guiding you, because God is showing you that you have to be in the dark. You know, you have to take courage and know that whatever decision you make, I am here because I have been here. We have been walking together throughout this whole time. So whatever decision you make, you won't fall crooked in your ways because you're with me, you know, and you have to know that you are with me in everything that you do. So I felt really good, and I didn't. I went out there and I did exactly what I needed to do. I did exactly what I had to do, and I felt good about it, you know. Um, and I felt, you know, free. There's this topic that I wanted to discuss, and this is about women. About women. You know, it was brought to my attention that, you know, I wanted to speak on the difference between Christian women and a regular woman. What's the difference between the two? Well, the difference is God. You know, there was this question that was brought to my attention. They were like, you know, how it's a lot of women that's out here and they are so quick. He was like, that's the thing about women. Y'all are so quick to go after a man, you know. Y'all are looking forward to a man. I was like, well, guess what? That's the difference between a Christian woman and a woman of God. And I'm not going to say Christian, but it's the difference between a woman of God and a woman that's not of God. A woman of God has a purpose. A woman of God has a plan that is God's plan. So if you don't work for me, or this man don't work for me, God will. You know, I'm sitting with God, so I'm not going to look forward to God. I'm not going to look forward to every, you know, any kind of man or every kind of man. Or I'm not going to look forward to a man, period. Because for one, I'm here to serve the Lord. I'm here with the Lord, and I'm here with God. So therefore, in the midst of me waiting, that's where patience come along as well. You learn patience through a relationship with God. You know, I'm patient for this man. I'm not looking forward to a man. You know, I'm patient in sitting and waiting for this man to come, because this man, God is going to send me. Whatever man that may be, God will send this man to me when I am ready. And and in the midst of waiting, in the midst of that man coming, I will be here waiting with the Lord, patiently waiting to receive, you know, whatever God has in store for me. But a woman that is not with the Lord or with God, they are, yes, looking forward to a man, because what else are they looking forward to? You know, but a man. You know, they're looking for, you know, it's like they're looking for contentment in a man. They're looking for a leader. They're looking for a role model. They're looking for the alpha and their omega. You know, they're looking for a man because that's what they know. You know, because if when you don't have God in your life, what else are you going to look forward to but a relationship with a man? So I said that's the difference between a woman of God and a woman that's not of God. A woman is, yes, always looking forward to a man, but a woman of God is more so looking forward to what God has in store for that woman, whatever that may be. And yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to you about. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, be notified, and share at your own free will to show you care. Bye.